Well, welcome back everybody to The Joy of Jazz. This is where we're broadcasting from this morning, and this is ahead of the start of The Joy of Jazz. So there's an exhibition that comes up first, and that should be opening in a couple of minutes from now, where you've just got all the sort of tourism offerings here in Gauteng, because I can promise you the Gauteng province are very, very happy to be welcoming everybody into their arms here in I suppose what people call the Diamond Shopping District and the Diamond District of Business as well, into the heart of Sandton. And there's just some beautiful stands that are going to be set up where you can buy some clothing and you can just get some advice in terms of everything that goes into being here in Gauteng with tourism, and also the behind the scenes workings of the jazz industry. So that'll be something to look forward to and see. And then this evening at 7 o'clock, the stage is open and the jazz begins. So I am so happy to be joined by two of the artists, because I want to try and keep the talking down to a minimum so that we can have some music on this Friday, just to get us in the mood for firstly the weekend, and secondly for what we're about to see, because ticket sales are on, they're open, you can get them. There's a whole bunch of stages with a whole bunch of styles that'll hopefully suit your needs. And the good news is, because it's Black Friday, 30% discount on all of the Joy of Jazz tickets. I mean, that's a fantastic offer. So here we go, joining us, and this is so exciting because there's a lot of neighboring countries' artists, top artists from their countries, coming through to perform here in South Africa as well. And I'm joined by two of them. First up, I've got Moreira Chonguiça from Mozambique. So good to have you here. I was in your country last week, you're in my country, and that's what makes this country and our region so nice, is the ease of getting to each other. And from our other neighboring country, Mbira Hope Masike from Zimbabwe. So nice to have both of you, and welcome to firstly Morning Live, and secondly to Joburg.
Thank you very much. I'll let Hope first.
Thank you for having us. Thank you. It's a lovely confluence of our countries, as you're saying.
It's nice, isn't it?
Southern Africa.
Yeah, it's what's happening in Southern Africa. It's a good thing, and you're bringing your sounds from Southern Africa, which is so nice. Let's begin with you, Moreira. I mean, this you call your weapon of mass construction, and what a weapon it is, because I heard you rehearsing earlier. Yeah. How long have you been doing this for now?
Very early, probably since 1993. I went to the National Music School in Mozambique, then later came to South Africa, to University of Cape Town. That's when I used to see you on TV. I'm your fan, by the way.
I think I'm about to become your fan too. And I've just got one of his CD or his albums handed to me. I can't wait to hear it. So you studied here in Cape Town as well?
Yes, at GCT. I've studied there, I'm graduated there. But most important is the ecosystem of artists. You spoke about being in Mozambique last week. I'm here with Hope from Zimbabwe. I don't think the borders, they're just virtual for me. African continent is one country, in my own opinion, you know. So you are not in Mozambique, you are somewhere in Africa. We are somewhere in Africa. Yeah.
Beautiful. But you know, the wonderful thing about South Africa is, I mean, in Africa, if I may, is the sounds. And you all bring with you such a unique sound from where you live, from where you grew up, from these areas. Perhaps talk to us about the influence of your music.
My music is influenced by people, because the first aspect for me of culture is people. Starts with individual, then becomes collective, right? So our heritage, who was my mother, who was my father, who were my ancestors, that's what makes me. Then come the influences from across, because culture is not static, it's dynamic, right? So wherever I go, where I did travel, my dreams, fiction, it comes through my music. And for me in particular, where I use notes and sounds, Hope sings and uses notes and sounds. So for me, that's the construction that I have from music. It's a reflection of where you come from, where you're at, and probably where you will possibly go. Because future for me is today, it's not tomorrow. So this is where my music comes from. Yes, from Mozambique, but from South Africa, from Zimbabwe, from where I go and from people I meet. Yeah.
Love it. Hope, I heard you rehearsing as well a bit earlier, and the two of you have obviously never performed with each other, but I see something, there's a bit of a gel, and I'm gonna let you perform. But you performing on the Mbira, and this is a beautiful instrument, but you use this and your voice. So talk to me about this.
Yeah, I love your philosophies, Moreira, and everything you were talking about. My inspiration is Pretty much from the same roots. But I love this instrument so much because it represents my roots. It represents, I can play around with it and play hip hop, jazz, fight or whatever, but it's my roots, so it's coming from my roots. I love that about playing mbira. And then fusing it with my voice, it means I can play wherever I am, however I am. That's the other great thing about your instrument too. We actually don't need plugging and things like that. So it's part of my soul and it's part of how I express myself. It's part of how I fulfill my calling. Yeah.
Hip hop on an mbira.
Yeah.
Okay, but can you show me, please?
Now, which song can I play for you?
I don't know.
Do R&B maybe, not hip hop, because I can't flow like Cardi B or Nicki Minaj. But I could do something like, you know, Emily Sande. Yeah. So it can be next to me. Ooh, 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 next to me. Ooh, 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 ooh. You find me next to me.
Oh, this is amazing.
You can play anything.
That is, well, and that voice, yeah, you're an angel. Okay, quickly, because I want you to perform. I've got this you gave it to me, this new album. You've just released it. And Sounds of Peace.
Yeah.
And I love it because what you're giving to me is speaking to me because of the fact that I was there up in your country last week. And I saw what you're talking about. Well, and I'm going to speak to you more about it, but talk to me about the album quickly.
The album is technically a reflection of what happened in the past 3 years. And my country in particular, you've seen my country's in fashion because of the natural resources, gas, oil, coal, etc. But you've seen a lot of negativity surrounding the province of Cabo Delgado with terrorism, etc., that are starting to affect the economy and the progress of the country. So Sounds of Peace is an album that came out during COVID that brings us as Africans. It took us about 400 years to be here together, but today we cannot listen, we cannot face each other. It's just, we are just fighting. So it's a moment of reflection, introspection. So this album, it's about us taking a step back and reflect to where we come from first and to reflect where we at, because all over it's just negativity. I'm sorry, you open the news, they will never say something about Vic Falls, something beautiful. They will never say something about Vilanculos in Nyambani in Mozambique. It's all negativity. And I refuse as an African to believe that I am a reflection of negativity. Yeah. I'm not. Okay? So Sounds of Peace is to show that us as Africans, first description is we are peaceful. Yeah. We are peace. We are at peace.
Amen. It is Friday, but it feels like Sunday. Listen, play, do what you got to do. Hope, go for it. Moreira, thank you so much. Joy of Jazz, enjoy.